Yeah, 90s. Yeah, for real. I wish we could go back. I feel like nowadays songs just don't have that much meaning as much as they used to. And I wish composers, artists alike can just start coming up with some, right, Sesmo? Some seriously deep stuff, right? Man used to listen to Kina Boys, to Men, Mariah Carey, and you're just like, wow, your life was transformed.
Nowadays, a lot of noise.
I can't hear anything they're saying, you know? Anyway, one man who can tell you that he knows all about music, starting, of course, from composing, sound engineering, and production. It takes a lot for you to see that superstar standing on that stage. It takes a village of people. Chris Bitti knows all about this because now he is front and center. He is here with his latest single to tell us his story of transition. Come out here, Chris Bitti. Give it up for him, everybody. Hello.
Hello, everybody. How are you?
We're great. How are you?
Good, thank you.
Good to see you. Mwah, mwah. Wow, is this your track that I can hear?
Apparently.
Yeah, it sounds good.
Thank you, my dear.
It sounds good. You know, I have an ear for music. I do. I love music. I'm not a professional like you, though.
I think I know that.
How have you been?
Been good.
Congratulations on your launch that happened a few weeks ago. Yeah, how was that?
Well, it was actually quite interesting. You know, we decided to use one venue that no one had used before.
Yeah.
The Aspire Center on Waiyaki Way. Yes. So it was actually quite a cool thing. We actually had a partnership with BMW and Simba Corp, so they gave us cars, and we managed to create something quite interesting, I think.
Beautiful, beautiful. Yeah. Now, Chris,
you were not there.
I wasn't.
Why not?
I was out of town.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, I was, but I remember the day. The day. I just wasn't able to make it.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. So, looking at your life, you're a man who has traveled. You've traveled across the continent to Europe. Now you love and live in Kenya. Tell us, when did the music bug hit you, and why did you start behind the scenes?
As a kid, you know, and you know these things, art is always like that. You know, you actually feel attracted to something, and I was always attracted to drums or piano, and my mother told me that she doesn't want that, you know, so because I was a top performing student, so she didn't want any distraction. So I had to actually just make music sort of in hiding.
Yeah.
You know, but when I was about 17, I remember very well that day. We actually went out with some friends, and there was an After 7 track that was playing.
Yeah.
And I was actually singing along. And the guys told me, yo, Chris, you can sing. And I'm like, what? They told me you can really sing. From that day, I actually started taking it seriously, you know.
And it feels good when someone kind of acknowledges something that you've sort of secretly known. Yeah. And you realize this, I was probably born to do this, isn't it?
Yeah, well, you know, so...
You're not Kenyan, are you?
I am actually from Cameroon.
Yes.
I don't even know what I am anymore. I feel Kenyan, though.
You do seem very Kenyan.
I mean, I've been here for about 8 years now,
okay.
So it's really crazy.
Talk to us about the experience of traveling, being born and raised in Cameroon, having traveled to Europe, coming back to Kenya, and just having that experience and realizing that, you know, music transcends culture, country, everything. It doesn't matter where you're from.
Well, so I'm about 41 now, and the first 20 years of my life were in Cameroon, and the last 20 years of my life have been actually outside Cameroon. So I left, went to South Africa first, you know, and I remember that music story again. Mom told me, I don't want to hear the story of you actually joined a group or anything, but that's the first thing I did when I got there.
Okay.
So I spent quite a bit of time in South Africa, and then from SA I managed to travel to other places as well, and then came to Kenya about 8 years ago only. I was supposed to be here for 2 years, you know. I was coming to actually start a business here.
Yeah.
I was supposed to be here for 2 years. I'm still here. A very interesting market, very difficult market to crack, but I love it here.
Right, so I think it's important that people establish that you're not this, you know, celebrity musician artist, that you have been the man behind the scenes, the engineering the sound, composing the songs, making sure that these artists sound great in terms of the production. Talk to me a little bit about that end of things and how you got into the nitty-gritty of music.
Well, so when I got to South Africa, I was lucky because I got to a school where we had a lot of artists. And I remember very well, I met a guy called Sean, and he's the one that really pushed me to do it. So he told me, hey, let's audition, let's go to the bathroom. You know, so I sang and he told me, damn, I've been looking for someone like you, let's come up with a group. So at every single event at the school, so it was Miss, let's say Miss School.
Miss USIU,
Miss USIU, whatever it is,
Nairobi.
we were singing.
Yeah.
So, and we started having a lot of following. So I decided, okay, you know what, let's buy some equipment. So we bought some equipment and we actually had to teach ourselves.
Yeah.
You know, because we also knew very early that you can be a great musician, but the sound has to be good. You have to understand the software, you have to, you know, so, and because I'm a computer science student, I was a computer science student as well, it was a bit easier for me.
Absolutely.
So we spent hours and hours and hours learning and listening to the greats and then say, okay, you know what, maybe we need to actually move in this direction. And so it's, and then it's just hours and hours. But I didn't get to actually do music, secular music. So what we did in South Africa is we did a lot of jingle work. So, and we'll talk about my business later, but so it was, a TV station needs a jingle, we compose the jingle.
What is a jingle, Chris, for those who don't understand?
A jingle is basically the music bed that you actually hear whenever you're listening to a show. I think at the beginning of this show there was music that
played for us, Esmo,
basically.
Our music bed, so that everybody can just hear the better living bed. It is such a good one. Yeah, so that's actually, and it forms the identity of a brand, of a show.
Yeah, so basically, so it was that, but it was a bit more than that. So because what we were doing is we were taking stations and changing the whole identity. You see, because, I mean, we're on NTV today. NTV has a particular tone, a particular style. So you need to understand it and find a way to actually sort of mimic that through music.
Right.
So we've been doing it for quite a long time, and South Africa being such an advanced actually country when it comes to production, our competition was really, really serious. So we had to actually be serious about what we do.
Did you get lost in it in terms of, especially because that kind of life can be very commercial and kind of suck you in until you forget, why did I even get into this in the first place? Did that happen with you?
Not really.
Because you stayed, sorry, the reason I'm asking this, Chris, is because you stayed behind the scenes for years with that voice. Are you crazy?
You see, Kobe, it's one of these things where, first of all, I'm very difficult when it comes to my own self. You know, it has to be perfect. I have to be ready. So this music, I've been writing songs for the past 15 years or 20 years. So I have maybe 200 songs, but it wasn't, and Sean kept on telling me, what's happening? You know, we need to hear your voice. And when we actually started all this, I've never wanted really to be a performing artist. It was, I want to make music for movies, right? Hence the jingles. Because for me, that's the ultimate. It's not very simple.
Right.
You know, you're given a movie.
The Hans Zimmers of the world.
So
you know?
imagine a Transformers movie without the soundtrack or without the score. You know, so it's useless. So, so that was the goal. So I always had that in mind, and I told myself, you know what, I'm going to learn. So when I decide to actually then do music, you know, and get out there, I will have quite a bit of knowledge. So I'm not really quite there, but I think we've learned quite a bit, really.
That's
so
amazing. Yeah.
So.
You know, I found it interesting that you started in production and composing and engineering, because you can imagine in my line of work, I have listened to every CD sent to me. I've listened to the upcoming artists, and I always wonder, you know, because I understand production very well. I always wonder, do these artists understand what it takes? By the time you're seeing Beyonce on stage, what it has taken for her to open her vocals, you know, talk to us a little bit about that and the appreciation of all the work that goes behind the scenes so that you can just hear that 3-minute track.
Well, you know, I think the process is almost the same for every single artist. And I remember there's a producer that I met recently called Kira that actually worked with me on this track even somehow, and he actually summarized it for me. He told me it's science. You know, it is science. It's not guesswork. So the idea, the writing the song could be something that you have because you're gifted, but the behind the scenes and the formula and the steps, I mean, that's really not a joke. I remember Danger. If you don't know who Danger is, I'm sure a lot of people know.
I do.
He produced. Is it Knock You Down?
Yes.
So Danger was saying, if you are a musician or a producer and you don't have a sound engineer, you've already lost. So that's how important it is. Timbaland is where he is today because he has an amazing sound engineer.
Okay. Now, we are going to take a quick break. When we come back, we'll talk about his latest, C'est la vie, which is a love. I mean, if you are a romantic like me, this is a song for you, ladies. Wait till you hear this. But I was just wondering, did you guys know that a lot of music that you listen to today, and I mean, I'm talking about hip-hop heads here, originated right here in the African continent. The history of music is quite beautiful. Take a look as we take a quick commercial break and we come back with Chris Bitti for more. We're all about great music. I love music. I do. I listen to music literally all day, every day if I can.
Okay.
Yes, I do. But I'm very particular also about what I listen to. I don't listen
What does
to
that
garbage.
mean? What do you listen to?
Good quality music.
Any music? Any type?
No, mostly gospel, I'll be honest. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
You make me feel bad now. So.
No.
'Cause
I
my
also
music
love
is
love
a little
songs.
bit, not explicit, but a little bit. But anyway.
Yeah, it's okay. Love songs are good though, also.
Okay, so that's me.
Good stuff. All right. Now, Chris, deciding to transition for you, because not only were you behind the scenes in terms of music and creating the jingles and everything, you also have a company that works towards brand visibility. Talk to me a little bit about this, and then we'll talk about the transition.
All right. So when I was in South Africa, you know, knowing I'm an artist, you know, so I did computer science, but then I just felt that I just didn't want to carry on doing only that thing. I wanted to explore my artistic side. So I decided to go to design school. And I remember my parents just told me, look, Chris, you've got a bursary. Why don't you go to the US or go to Australia? I remember my lecturers told me that. And I said, no, I want to start a company. Why? I don't know. For some reason, I felt that it was in me. Design was in me. So I started a business. It was a digital business. Back in the days when digital was actually building a website.
Yeah.
So I used to code from scratch because that's what I learned in school. And then I got some experts that taught us to do branding and all that. Because when I used to go and see a client, they could give us a website to do, but the rest of the work we couldn't do. So we actually had a lot of experience in that, and we were lucky to get good clients as well. So by the time I came to Kenya, we were a fully-fledged digital and branding agency. So I came here, worked with Safaricom, worked with Coca-Cola, and I was really fortunate, to be honest, because of the great people that I met here. So when I got here, Kenya was really not ready. I mean, today, branding means something. Companies understand the experience of brand, the importance of branding. And that's what we've been doing. So our company today does a lot of brand work, but a lot of digital work as well. We've been lucky. We've actually managed to go to Uganda, to Rwanda, Nigeria. So we pretty much do that. But the next thing that we do now is basically customer experience.
Wow.
Yeah. So that's because brand is brand experience.
And so would you say that that is, I guess, is that a passion, or is the music the passion, or do you say everything that you do is really about you and your music? Yeah,
to be honest with you, I think I've always loved design. Customer experience is something that passionates me.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, I always say this. When I started my career, I started as a computer scientist, and I knew the next thing would have been design and brand, but the ultimate thing was going to be music, because that's who I am. Yeah. So if you ask me, what is your love? I'm going to say music.
It's music, absolutely.
You know, so
and you sing in 2 different languages, which is also quite beautiful, French and English. Looking at, of course, the transition, the point of, Chris, this is it. If you don't do it now, you're 41. If you don't launch now, if you don't transition into the superstar that you were probably born to be, you were.
Oh, thank you.
Yes. When did that happen for you?
So last year, at some point last year, I turned 40. And I just told myself, well, Chris, you sit in front of your employees and you tell them every day, you must do what you believe, you know, just go after your dreams, just do it. And you're sitting here and you have all this, what's the point? So I told myself, I'm not going to be one of these guys that is going to sit when he's 60 and say, I could have. Yeah. Why? I've got the experience, and besides, it's not really about, I need to sell, but it would be about, I've taken my music, I've put myself out there. You know, I've allowed myself to be vulnerable.
I love it. I love it. I love the fact that you were brave enough to do that.
So the transition, to be honest with you, is not really, I don't think it's difficult. It was difficult for me, but it was a bit scary because, you know, this life, I mean, being on TV here now, and having to perform all the time, you know, but I'll do it. And so basically the transition wasn't really that difficult. But it was something that I had to do.
Okay, before we talk about C'est la vie, you know what I like about how you've done this is that you seem to have a very, very tight ship and a very huge strategy for what you're about to do. Talk to me a little bit about this. What is your, without giving away too many secrets, what is your overall strategy?
No secrets.
Yeah, what is your strategy?
Well, so here's the thing. Having done marketing, you know, I'm looking at the market and I'm telling myself, and I mean, you have some artists that are here that are going to probably perform.
Yeah.
I heard the girl sing when I was backstage. Interesting stuff. So they are great artists, but they're so badly marketed. And usually that's the problem. They don't have a studio. They don't have the support that they need. There's no artist development in Kenya. And everybody complains, no, Kenyan music is not great. That's total nonsense. Yeah. Excuse my French, but it's total nonsense. It's just that people are not giving the platform. So I have a studio. And I told myself, look, Chris, first of all, you have to put yourself out there. Ultimately, I would like to have a label that actually just takes
in some of these struggling artists,
trains them, and make sure that they sound impeccable. Because for me, the world is global today, so it's not, I'm a Kenyan artist. No, you're an artist, period. So if someone loves your music in the US or in Sweden, they love it. That's it. So the ultimate goal is, I'm the guinea pig. So we're going to actually work through this. And we're going to actually try then to actually build some other artists. And I've managed to actually get into partnership with some amazing producers. I'm not talking about guys that are even on this continent. I'm talking about guys that work with the big guys, the Timberlands and all that. So the goal is really, let's change what people think music is. Let's become really musical, you know, so. And it needs to be one of these things where you look at an artist, you listen to the music, it's well done. You look at the brand, it's properly done. They're trained to perform well, you know, and so on. Yeah, absolutely. And they need to make money as well.
It's exactly. They
need to make a living, you know, so.
But there's also, and I talk about this almost too much, but there's something also to be said about hard work and the discipline that it actually takes. Because a lot of these guys think, yeah, because I have hot vocals and I can drop a good beat, I'm just gonna make it. And it just doesn't work like that.
No, Kobi, it just doesn't. I remember there's an artist, I won't say what the name of the artist is. The artist came to the studio and told me, Chris, I need your help, we need to do this. We recorded 3 times. The 4th time, the artist tells me, I'm sorry, but I'm not feeling well. I'm like, what do you mean by you're not feeling well? Why didn't you tell me? And I just say, you know what? If you're not serious about this, I'm not doing this.
Yeah.
A second artist that is pretty much established came and told me, let's meet tomorrow at 2, let's do a recording. The guy shows up at 3:30 when I'm leaving. I told him, I'm not doing this.
Yeah.
You know, so that discipline, people don't really have it. I don't know why.
Yeah.
And you know, and that's what makes a difference. As you said, people see Beyonce. They have no idea.
A woman doesn't sleep.
Yeah, her life is a pain.
Yeah.
So she deserves to be where she is.
Absolutely, I agree.
You know, so, but at the same time as well, where's the example? I mean, guys don't know that. Yeah. So they need to be groomed.
That's awesome.
But it's going to happen.
It is, absolutely. But I'll tell you guys, at the top of the show, I told you about a group of young people who came here as audience members and told me their story. They're here today, yeah, and we're going to listen to them in a bit. But, you know, the reason I love them is because they have not quit. I've been seeing, every time I'm here, they're here. They're almost part of the Better Living crew. For real. And I just love their resilience.
This is how you
Yeah, I really love them, actually. They've grown on me. Every day I'm just seeing them like, cool. And they've got multiple talents. I'm like, all right, why don't we showcase? And then we can constructively like look at some of the things where they can improve on. C'est la vie. What a beautiful song. Tell me a little bit about the composing, the meaning behind this. You're a true romantic, Chris.
Well, just a little bit of a correction, but C'est la vie is the name of my album.
Yeah.
So we decided, I decided that I'm going to have an album out. But then if you really look at the music industry today, people don't go out there and buy albums really necessarily.
No, we don't anymore.
So it's tracks that are actually working for them. And, you know, so what I've decided to do is I'm going to release my music progressively. I've written about 15 songs. So the thing is, most of my music, if not all, was written by me, composed originally by me. So then I get some other producers to come and actually just lift up the track, maybe because they have more experience. And so the whole thing was c'est la vie because you know what it means, right? It's
yes.
Okay,
tell
so
what it means.
Well, it means such is life. You know, we can translate it that way. So because I speak French as well, I actually had to really think about this. So I've decided that I'm going to release some tracks in French, fully in French as well. I mean, there's the whole west of the African continent that also needs music. So My album is really about my life.
Yeah.
You know, that's what it is, you know. But it's really about love relationships and also about believing in yourself
Yeah.
and, you know, really all the things that actually really have affected me or have influenced where I am up to now. So that's basically what it is.
Looking at the launch and the reaction, we have Billy here, who was part of that of your crew, and
Billy?
we're gonna share a part of that launch in just a second. But the
Okay.
reaction from listeners, from the people who were there, really loved your song. But the reaction, were you happy?
Well, I was happy, Kobi. The reason why I was happy, you know, is that, you know, people listen and they ask you, are you the one singing, really?
I know, it's so
And
shocking.
they're like, you have such a deep voice. What's happening, Chris?
Yeah.
And I'm like, that's me, you know, that's just me. So basically that's it. But, a couple of artists just told me, look, Chris, we're very impressed by the level of production. You know, so it's not just the singing, the track itself. So I can only be humbled. But
You're happy?
at the end of the day, you know, it's the market the market is the ultimate judge, you know, so.
Amazing, amazing.
So we'll see what happens.
All right. Okay, everybody. C'est la vie is out, premiered right here in Kenya globally. All right. It's a global track. Okay. Right here is Chris Bitti, the artist behind this beautiful song, and he's about to perform for us. Are you all set to take the stage, sir?
Yeah.
You and Sesmo, have you, Sesmo, you ready?
Yeah,
have you seen his
I'm ready.
t-shirt?
What
He's
is
a
actually on your
90s
t-shirt,
guy, man. He's got
Yeah, but I'm a
Michael-
90s guy as well.
Me
You know, my
too.
music is inspired
But
by,
yes.
okay, 90s and 80s and 90s, basically.
Looks good. Even
So-
Sesmo is a 90s guy.
I'm a 90s
Really
guy
cool.
also.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay,
I hope
let's see.
you can bring back the 90s, please.
So
we
in
want
my
music we can understand.
No, so
them
that's
here.
what I'm. So I'm not Chris Brown. I'm not. You know, I'm really that. You know, we're taking it back to the Babyface and the Brian McKnight and the.
Yes.
Yeah, so,
we have been
that's-
waiting.
that's
We've
what
been
we're
waiting.
gonna
Give it up for Chris Bitti, everybody, please. All right. As he performs his single "C'est la vie," he takes the stage now. Go for it.
I might need help from my. Thank you, DJ.
I believe in magic, I know it's true. I've dreamed it up and gave it up to sit next to you. When I ask myself, what's going on? You were standing there, I was not alone. Time flies, touched the sky, I couldn't feel it. Brown eyes, body like you wouldn't believe it. You got me feeling so complete. I'm real. You got me on my knees. I'm real, girl. Yeah. Lost in the dark, no skies were blue. Been waiting for my dream come true. Was I going crazy? Out of my mind. Deep down inside, I knew in my mind I'll be alright.
Woo! Give it up for Chris Bitti. I mean, imagine we don't want you to stop. Voice, your voice, your voice.
I'm happy you like it.
Your voice is unbelievable.
Oh, thank you, Kobi. Thank
Your
you
voice
very
is
much.
unbelievable. Listen, you're working on something good. I know the lyric video is out right now.
Yeah.
We are going to connect our viewers to it on our social media platforms. We're going to connect you to Chris. He's got a great digital footprint. So you
Thank
guys
you.
can follow him on Twitter and all his social media platforms. But I want you to listen to that song again. When can we expect the music video? I'm really looking forward to it.
Well, I think in about a month,
Okay.
you know, but I'm not doing a standard kind of music video again anyway, but we'll see.
High quality, of course.
Well, high quality, but a bit of a different kind of concept. And then not only that, but there are going to be songs that are going to come out literally every 2 months or every month. We'll see.
Can I tell you something
Yeah.
that I find really interesting?
What?
I've sat here many times and I've interviewed so many artists.
Okay.
And when I speak to them after, usually we take a break because I want them to catch their breath, but you're fine.
What do you...
You're
Yeah.
totally fine. So you obviously work very, very hard on your vocals. Do you exercise?
Well, Kobi, to be honest with you, I didn't want to say that, but in December last year, I decided that my life has to change.
Yeah.
You know, I exercise every single day. You know, I mean, you cannot be a performing artist and you're not, and it happens all the time. They start singing and then they're out of breath.
I've heard them sitting where
it's
you're
very unprofessional.
Yeah.
Very unprofessional.
Yeah.
So that's not going to be me.
Okay.
I'm not going to allow that to happen.
Chris Bitti, you are amazing, and I'm so glad you decided to take this step. A brave one and definitely a sure one.
Well, thank you so much, my dear.
Give it up for Chris Bitti,
everybody.
everybody. Yeah, you're amazing.
Thank you. I really,
you know what I love?
I
love the looks on, especially the crew. We're like, what? This guy's voice. I love it. All right.
Really?
Yes. Can I keep you? Can I keep you with me so that we can listen to the group and
You have me.
Fantastic.
I'm here.
Thank you.
All
right, everybody. Chris Bitti stays. Well, we give an opportunity, a chance to some local artists who are up and coming who just need a lift. So Sesmo, DJ Sesmo, Chris and I will give them some advice, Cynthia.
Yeah.
And if we can help them, we will. If we can help them, we will. All right, everybody, don't go anywhere. We'll be right back after this. All right, and we're back. I love it. Love all those songs, okay? If you are an upcoming artist and you're looking for an opportunity, listen, this is the platform for you. We give chances to almost everybody. As long as you seem to have something going, you have some talent, that's exactly what we want to do. So I kept Chris. He's still here, y'all. You're like, where's Chris? He's still here.
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay, how are you?
Okay.
Are you having fun?
I'm ecstatic. I'm waiting for these guys.
I know. Where are they? So anyway, I told you about these guys earlier on the show who came to see me, wanted a chance to perform live right here on Better Living. So we said, why not? And I've kept Chris Bitti because as a producer, I want him to tell them what they need to improve on for them to possibly record their first track, right?
Yeah.
That's the whole point.
Definitely.
Okay. Guys, come out here, please. There are two gentlemen and a lady. And they really do sound great. There they are with their guitar. Kujeni, Saseni. How are you guys?
Fine.
Good to see you. Tell me your name first, sir.
My name is Festus.
Festus?
Yeah.
Okay. And the lady?
I'm Phyllis.
Phyllis, nice to meet you. You look lovely. You all do. And sir, what is your name?
I'm Kevo.
Kevo.
Yeah.
Pleasure. So you're the spoken word artist, Kevo,
Yeah.
right? And you're the guitarist in the middle, sir.
Yeah, and I'm
right?
vocalist.
And you're the you're vocalist too.
Yeah.
And you're a vocalist as well. Yeah. Let me tell you, you guys are a shining example of patience pays. You are, because you've been patient, you keep coming back, and look, it has finally happened, right? Yes. Are you all set? You're gonna sing for us, Rail On?
Yeah.
Okay, go for it. Say hi to Chris first.
How you doing, guys?
Hi.
Jesus.
What's all leave me? Sorry, I'm so rude.
No. No. There's all. How are you, bro?
I'm fine.
How you doing, man? You good?
Did you hear him?
Don't be scared, man.
Did you hear him?
Yeah.
Doesn't he sound amazing?
Yeah.
Yeah. So you have a very, very high bar to reach, right? Okay, guys.
No.
No, they do, please. Yeah. Aya, go on. Give it up for these guys. Give them some encouragement, everybody. Woo! All right. Aya, I'm Gusheni Tracks Basi. Sesmo, you ready to judge them?
Yeah, I'm ready.
Fantastic. Okay.
Sijui kanto na kesho, kani ngali na uwezo wa kufanya, tafanya hadi kifo. Mwombeni huyo devo, simogopi shetani, sagodi uko nami hadi kifo. Kanto na kesho, nipe nguvu na uwezo wa kijana na akili za mzee. Daima niwe imara, wasiniangushe.
Aliona naishi geto, leo ananijenga, kesho ananibomoa. Si mwanasiasa alinijenga thao, kesho sina hao, nipite njia mbaya nipata na karau. Asubuhi mimi napigwa na baridi ili nipate hata sembe. Ye chakula kinatolewa kwa microwave na kikuja mtani na range, wendo wa kwanza kuwave. Si mwanasiasa ana mkono refu, aliingiza mkono kwa pocket akadaiana change. Si alinaidi change ati embrace change. Sai impose challenges. So let us change before change make us change, because if we change to change us, we'll see the effects of change.
Na ogopa Mungu pekee, mwanadamu akija nitafash, naomba Mungu nitete, maneno yao yasiniumize, nifanye sugu wewe, wakijaribu kunitisha naomba nisitetemeke.
Si mwanasiasa ana mstari fake, aliahidi atajenga barabara na hospitali, sasa anarudi after 4 years kuziba bottles, anadai project bado ni fresh. Si fresh imekaa fresh, hadi sasa fresh ime lose value. Juadi kampuni ya fresh ya maziwa imefunga, maziwa si fresh. Wanakuja mtani wamekladi Mr. Price na Jets Collection. Unajaribu kubudget na Gikomba ili nipate price ya kubuy residues, kumbe imechange colors, imezoea greens. Slavery is my victory. Sasa ni hustle hadi nimeachwa na demu wangu Victory. Alidai sijaunga but I wish angejua kila kitu tumepanda hadi bei ya unga. Si ni uchungu ukiona dema ameacha chuo juu budaki anadai ati hakuna karo. Na pia ni uchungu ukiona budaki anatembea kwa kila kona ati is looking for karo. Yes, umejua mtaani, mimi na believe kwa vijana. Juando wakuna hope ya kuleta change kwa hii Kenya. So my youth, mimi niko na nyinyi. So let's be together kwa hii path. Tuacheni taa mtaani. Nafikiria hii. Clean water cannot make dirty water clean, but dirty water can make clean water dirty.
Na mwogopa Mungu pekee, mwanadamu akija nitafash, naomba Mungu nitetee, maneno yao yasiniumize, nifanye sugu wewe, wakijaribu kunitisha naomba nisitetemeke.
Give it up for these guys, everybody. Aren't they amazing? Wow. Chris, you guys are good. Why were you nervous?
Wow.
You're very good.
Okay.
Hata nyasisikia kusikia manzi anaweza furahi. And your spoken word, amazing, very deep, very conscious, very relevant right now, by the way. People need to vote wisely. Sindio?
Yeah.
That's basically what you're saying, right? Exactly. Your guitar skills are on point with the bows. Munaitwa nani, what is the name of your band? Honey, go tell me.
Chira band.
Chira band, yes. I like it. What does that mean?
Chira is the name of one of us. So we just shortened the name. He's Festus Machira. So we made it Chira.
Okay, amazing. And how long have you guys been together?
Around 6 months.
Okay. How do you think you're doing?
Yeah, we are growing since the first day we met up to now.
Okay.
Yeah.
And where do you think you need to improve, my dear guitarist, Chira?
Okay, as a guitarist, I need to improve the way I solo,
Speak up, brother. It's morning. People need to hear you.
I need to speed up my skills.
Okay.
For the lead, someone who is trying to be the first vocalist to start the song.
Yeah.
I need to how to accompany him very fast before he or she messes.
Okay. All right. So Chris, I'm just gonna give everything now to you. I'm handing over to the professional.
Wow.
What would you say in terms of how they can improve, Chris?
Well, to be honest with you guys, first of all, I'm really proud of you. You know,
Yeah.
Phyllis, I don't know why were you so stressed?
I don't know.
I mean, come on, really? No, and I actually think you guys, this is really, really a good song.
Yeah.
You know, so today, what happens basically is, you know, you have songs and then there are songs that have soul. And I feel that this particular this song, has a lot of soul. I love your performance, I love your voice. I absolutely adore it, you know. I love your piece as well. The trick is the guitar, the music is actually bothering me a little bit. It's a beautiful piece, but the way it has been structured and the way the song has been organized as well. It should be a dialogue between you and her, since you guys are the vocalist. So it sounds more like she's doing her piece, then you're doing your piece, then she doesn't know exactly when to go into the chorus. So you guys need to actually just really find a way to make it like a dialogue, and it's going to flow beautifully. The other thing that I'll tell you as well, guys, is the harmonies. You know, in certain parts she's singing, and it would have actually been nice to actually hear some kind of harmonies in the back as well. You know, but overall, I think it's really cool. And I mean,
We're working on that.
Let me tell you this. I have a studio, so you're more than welcome. We'll talk about this after, of course. I mean, and we're going to go and record this song and make it sound like a proper track, right? So, but I really think you guys you have something there, and never ever feel that it's not good enough. I don't even know why you were feeling that way.
You guys are good. You have something, okay? Yeah. But let me tell you, practice. Don't sleep. Do you guys sleep? You sleep, yeah? You do. You look like you sleep. Stop sleeping. Sleeping is for poor people. Stop sleeping, okay? Until the day you release a huge hit that is being played on radio, a video on this show, kulala is for who? Yeah, Cindy, Sesmo, I'm going to give you an opportunity as well. I want you to talk to them. Turn around, face the DJ, y'all. He's a music guy. All right, he's the expert. What can you say about how they can improve Sesmo?
For me, I think because it's the first time on TV for them, maybe that's why they were kind of nervous.
Yeah.
But they are going somewhere. If they keep on doing what they are doing, they are good.
Absolutely.
Mkitoa ngoma, you guys bring it to me. Nitasambaza kwa ama DJ wengine wote najua.
Excellent! Yes!
I'll give it to you.
Bring it on.
Aren't you guys clapping?
No clapping.
I know, y'all better clap. Okay, good. Thank you, Sesmo, and thank you, Chris, for that. All right, do you guys feel good?
Yes.
Yeah? Yes. All right, how much time should I give you to get your act proper? How much time should we give them, Chris? We can even give them a year. I'm open.
No. So
how much
look,
time should we give them?
You see, people actually wait for too long.
Yeah.
Let's actually do this one track, and let's do it really well. You know?
Yeah.
I don't know, a couple of weeks.
Really?
Yeah, I mean, they can sing the song already, so it's
Yeah.
not like they're going to, but it's just that it needs to be rearranged.
I'm giving you guys a month.
Yeah.
1 month?
Yeah.
Is that enough?
Yeah.
Yeah? Okay, and don't tell me at the elections, you vote. No.
That will be a song for elections, actually.
Yes,
So,
maybe.
again,
Exactly,
yeah, we'll
exactly.
Use that, actually.
But congratulations, you did good. This was your TV debut, and trust me, it is not the last.
Thank you.
You're welcome, darlings. Yeah, say hi to your moms and family and watu wenyus. Pale hiyo ndo kamenje yenu. Wasalimieni. You only get this chance maybe once.
Hi.
Okay, great. All right, everybody. Give it up for these beautiful guys, including Chris Bitti. Thank you, Chris. Thank you. Thank you for staying. Thank you for staying. All right, so we say goodbye, but we say goodbye in a very special way today, all right? We're all about mixing great music to get you set for the weekend, courtesy, of course, of DJ Sesmo. And remember this, we are looking for also upcoming DJs. If you're one, if you know somebody who is aspiring, tell them about Better Living. We'd love to host them and see whether their skills are good too. We'll judge them too. All right, everybody, have a beautiful day. Be good to someone. Be kind, all right? Have a great weekend. Be blessed. And get up and jam wherever you are. Bye.